What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. Hey, so Iron Banner is live this week. It is back to Control instead of Clash, which is what I prefer. I do greatly prefer the Control playlist, but the one downside I would say to Control is I kind of personally feel like Control is a little bit harder to win consistently as a solo queued player. So with Clash, you can just have one really good Slayer on your team that can help carry. But in Control, if you guys aren't coordinating and capturing objectives, then it's going to be really tough to win matches. So I know that a lot of you guys tend to play solo. Video gaming is like your solo experience, your unwind time. So if you're going to play Iron Banner, here's some tips. This is first tip, very, very important, how to flip a spawn. I want this open spawn. When you're playing aggressive teammates on aggressive opponents on Twilight Gap, and you have the C spawn, you can get really trapped in there because the only ways out are bottlenecks. But with the A spawn, it's a little bit more open. It's a much more defensible position. So I can way around on the flank. I ignored the A objective initially. This is very important. I ignored it initially, come way as far back into the spawn as I can, and my job is then to anchor it and keep it there. So you got to hold it for maybe 30 seconds straight, wipe a couple of guys, and then the spawns should flip successfully, and your teammates will start to respawn there as you're holding it and keeping it available as an open spawn point. Now on Shores of Time, again, exact same thing. I watched the kill feed to see a couple of enemies go down, and then I took that as my window to run wide on the flank through C. Again, I ignore it initially, but you want this open spawn on Shores of Time. This is the much more defensible spawn. I rarely see teams win from the other spawn that have the A spawn for the most of the time. So again, I ignore C, I come back here as far as I can, and I just start to anchor, and I've got to win some gunfights while I'm back here. I'm going to be alone for a little while, but if I can win my 1v1s, then I'll be in a great position to flip the spawns. Sure enough, teammates start to spawn over here. Now they're on C, I'm going to run over here and start helping now that I see that everything's clear and we've got our team fanned out across both C and B. Now I'm going to run in and kind of help wrap up these objective captures. So that's really, really important. Flipping spawns is important on asymmetrical maps like that. But this is also very important. Half the maps you're going to play on are symmetrical. And here's Black Shield. Here's my advice for Black Shield. If you're playing alone on Black Shield, you got to understand the inside of this map is not important. My honest advice when I'm playing with my full team, what we always say is, hey guys, don't go in the mid. The mid's not important. It's easy to control the choke points from the outside, and in Control there's no reason to be on the inside of the map. You don't need to flip the spawns. It's a symmetrical map. There's no advantage to one over the other. For the most part, it's almost identical, almost. But if the only reasons I'll ever go into the middle of the map is if I'm sort of backed up there, if they sort of pin me back there. Those are the only times. But on those symmetrical maps, you just need to control your spawn and the center. So ignore the parts of the map that you don't need to go to, that aren't crucial to the objectives, and then just make sure that you're buckled down on the B objective, and team firing the various pathways in. And I'm going to show you a lot of gameplay here in a second of Pantheon, which is a symmetrical map, and it was all about that. My whole role after we captured the B objective, my whole role turned into, I'm just going to control one of the alleyways into the middle of the map. There's basically two approaches to get to B. There's cliffside, and then there's the inside, and I decided to control the inside lane, and I single-handedly controlled that inside lane where guys are trying to push into B, and so it left the rest of my team out in mid, and they can get kills and wipes and all that kind of business, and it made for a pretty easy win. So just using your mind, right, can really be helpful in winning these matches. Now, speaking of using your mind, you will notice off to the right all the my teammates. They are currently wrapping around the map, leaving the good spawn to just me and one other guy to defend, and they're gonna push A. And we're actually gonna lose this favorable spawn. So right now I'm like, no guys, no, don't go over there, don't go over there. So I'm trying to anchor as best as I can. But the problem is, as they push over there and as teammates of mine start dying, then obviously it's going to start respawning my teammates off on that side of the map, because it's safer. There's no gunfights happening over there. So now I've got red behind me as my opponents are starting to spawn behind me. they're pushing C and B. My teammates are on A, and currently in the game, I'm like, no, guys, no, come back. And I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah, you just have to understand when you're playing solo and you can't communicate. Your blueberries are going to do stuff you're not going to agree with. And they may have their reasons. They may have been forced there. But it's really easy just to get salty and get frustrated. And, you know, and that's the nature of the game. That's the danger that you know, it's the risk that you run playing solo. And that just the previous clip where I showed you how to flip the spawn on this map. Well, this is why I had to flip the spawn to begin with. It's because they kept pushing around through A. And this gameplay is basically me trying to hold the fort. And I went on a good kill streak here. You guys may be curious. I know I always get in the comment section, what gun is that? What's the roll on it? Well, this is my antipodal hindsight, and it's pretty much all about stability. If you'll notice, it has little to no recoil. It's got persistence, and it basically all of this, the skills and perks on this gun favor stability. So it's all about range and stability. So it's a pretty decent AR. It's not anything crazy or fancy, but it gets the job done in some of these more open spaces. But here's the Pantheon gameplay, right? Symmetrical map, no advantage to pushing into the spawns. In fact, late in the game, my teammates did end up just kind of pushing way too far into A. You should never go further forward than I am now. Just kind of in these little hallways here. If you go further than this, you're going to start split spawning the enemies. Then you're going to have to worry about people shooting you from behind. And the snipers on this map, when they get behind you, you're pretty much screwed. So don't let it happen. Don't get greedy for kills and trying to push up. Oh, well, I'm going to get up further than my blueberries so that I can get the kills with my heavy and my super. Don't do it. Just the guys, they will come to you. They will come to you. I promise you. They won't just sit in their spawn and have a little campfire and sing Kumbaya. They will come to you. I promise. So just hang back. Don't go further forward than this. Don't do your team a disservice. Don't be that guy that's making people spawn behind you so that you can get domed from behind and your teammates are going to start getting picked off from behind. Don't do it. Don't get greedy for kills. Especially in Iron Banner. It's not about getting the most kills. It's about winning the match. So just control B and your spawn. Just be in your spawn. Don't push forward enough to mess that up. So you see here, I'm starting to get a little bit surrounded. These guys kind of caught on to my strategy. I went on like a 14 kill streak here. I was just, my whole role, I decided I was going to take it on myself to control this back alley. So that's what I did. I buckled down. I stayed in this portion of the map. Now they did catch on. They started chucking lightning grenades. I think they had 2 or 3 strikers on their team. So I'm using my vertical space here, jumping up over their heads as they pursue me. And using my grenades and everything. I choked this Nova Bomb. I'm really good at whiffing Nova Bombs. Like, I can whiff with the best of them. But anyway, this strategy worked really well. Last thing I would tell you is just don't get too committed to any one kill. It's definitely okay. It's even favorable if you prime a guy and there's a potential that you're going to go, like a really good chance that you're going to go down. Maybe you got hit, you got tagged. Just back off of it. You know, maybe they'll recover their shields, but you know, maybe your teammate will swoop in and get the kill, and you'll get an additional 50 points for the assist. Team fires give more points. So yeah, don't get overcommitted to any kills. Let them go if you need to. Let your teammates wrap some up if they need to. But yeah, you just kind of have to understand there are things that you can do to definitely be helpful to your team in Iron Banner when you're playing solo. And you can win these matches, but at the same time, you're probably not going to win nearly as much as you would playing as a team. So my ultimate advice is play with friends. It's going to be more fun that way. If you don't have friends, try and make some. There are plenty of people in the Destiny community, a lot of people just like you, looking for people to play with. Make some relationships, make some friendships, make some memories, rack up some wins. And hopefully I will see you in the Iron Banner this week, guys. Peace.